Understand that this is a person in the Democratic Party who is a leftist, okay?
At all times.
And then this is the Vice President of the United States of America. Let's take a look at the difference here, okay? Are you ready for this?
What do you say to Democratic voters who argue, wait a minute, we worked really hard to elect a Democratic president and vice president, Democratic-led House, a Democratic-led Senate. Do it now.
But do what now? What now? I mean, listen, what we did, we extended the child tax credit for the first year.
Well, I'm sorry, when I say do what, do it now.
Yeah.
My sister in Christ, you are the vice president, okay? You are the vice president. What do you mean, do what now? The fuck do you mean, do what now? Someone needs to let Kamala Harris know she is the vice president. Does she know this? Do you understand now? Do you understand the difference? Kamala Harris, treat the Republicans like, I don't know, they're truant black mothers, okay? Mothers of black truant children in the state of California, okay? Maybe that'll get you energized and riled up enough to fucking take action. Do what now, bro? She said, do what now? What do you mean, do what now, dude? You are supposed to tell everyone else what to do. You're the fucking vice president, dumbass. What the fuck is this shit? Do you understand the main difference now? Do you get it? At least AOC is like mapping out a clear-cut agenda that is within the confines of reason. Like, I know, I want her to say, like, revolution now or whatever the fuck you guys want as well. That's great. But ultimately, if politics is the art of what is possible, then at the very least, do what is possible. Or push for what is fucking possible. But these guys don't even want to do that. They don't want to do that. They're like, oh, I don't know. You're being too critical of her. You don't remember when she said, we did it, Joe? She clearly has done everything. Yeah, did what? Like, that's fucking crazy, dude. That is absolutely... What a fucking pathetic display, man. What a pathetic display. It's so pathetic that the fucking Texas GOP posted this, by the way. Like, they don't even need to cut it out of context. The Texas GOP can literally destroy and dismantle civil liberties and then make fun of the fucking Democrats for literally being feckless cowards in the face of such inequality. It's great. It's a double bind. Like, they get to win on the policy front, they get to win on the Supreme Court front, and then they get to make fun of the Democrats for not doing anything about it. That's so sad. They're making fun of you. If you're a Democratic voter, they're making fun of you. This is what you got. This shit is unacceptable.
Listen, what we did, we extended the child tax credit for the first year.
Well, I'm sorry, when I say do what, do it now.
Yeah.
Act legislatively to make abortion rights legal.
We feel the same way. Do it now. Congress needs to do it now in terms of permanently putting in place a clear indication that it is the law of the land that women have the ability and the right to make decisions about their reproductive care, and the government does not have the right to make those decisions for a woman.
What do you say to Democrats?
Yeah, Congress needs to do it now. Like, you know Congress is not going to do it now. You know it. So what's up? Why'd you say that? I want to see that interview. Does anyone have that interview? Do we have that interview? I need to see the rest of that interview. It's going to make me lose my fucking mind.
Vice President, thank you so much for having me here. Woman ever elected in U.S.
Bro, this is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, here, look.
Having me here. You were on a plane when the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus.
I love this. I love this fucking photo. You want to know why I love this photo? It's like, bro, you just, this is the perfect example of like Democrats, okay? The perfect example of Democrats, like, the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade, dismantling the rights, the civil liberties afforded to tens of millions of people in the United States of America by denying them medical care, like a specific medical procedure now, for no reason other than like pure reactionary Christian zealotry. And what do the Democrats do? Oh, we're watching it on TV just like you, man. Don't worry, baby. We're watching it on TV just like you are. We're just like you. She just like me for real, dude. She's just out there posting, saying someone needs to do something about it. That's awesome. Someone needs to do something about this. It's crazy. These Republicans have gotten out of control. I mean, what the fuck? I'm just as powerless as you.
Mrs. Wade, as the highest ranking woman ever elected in U.S. history, what was going through your mind at that moment?
Well, so I was on Air Force Two, heading to Aurora, Illinois, to talk about maternal health. We were with Lauren Underwood, with the chair of Judiciary, Dick Durbin, Senate Judiciary. We were headed there to unveil a plan based on the work we've been doing to ensure that.
Is it the White House social strategy to tweet, damn, that's crazy every 16 hours? Yeah. I know there are women out there who are afraid. To those of you who feel alone and scared, I want you to know the president and I are fighting for you and your rights. We're in this fight together. No, you're not. You're watching it from a fucking private jet. Okay? You're watching it on TV just like we are, but you're supposed to have some fucking thing to do. You have to have a solution. You're a fucking leader. What good are you? This is the exact same as like all those fucking memes that I post of like me looking sexy, being like, damn, just found out what a woman is. Like, fucking can't believe that like people want to harm them. That sort of attitude. It's crazy. Fuck, man. Yo, abortion rights are being taken away. That's crazy. Don't do that. Ladies, hit my line. And the ladies hit my line part of this is just her being like, just vote for me. Like, bro, you're already the VP. What do you mean? Vote harder for you? Like, how are we going to vote for you more?
That women receive the kind of support they need during and post-pregnancy. And, we thought that the decision would come down sometime soon, but not at that moment. And I was shocked. And, it's one thing when you know something's going to happen. It's another thing when it actually happens. And I just actually turned to CNN, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it because they actually did it. And here's what they did. The court actually took a constitutional right that has been recognized for half a century and took it from the women of America. That's shocking when you think about it, in terms of what that means, in terms of democratic principles, in terms of the ideals upon which we were founded about liberty, about freedom. I thought about it as, a parent. We have 2 children who are in their 20s, a son and a daughter. I thought about it as a godparent of teenagers. I thought of it as an aunt of preschool children.
And a woman yourself.
And a woman myself. And the daughter of a woman. And a granddaughter of a woman. And, my husband and I are actually talking about it. We have a 23-year-old, and my mother-in-law's in her 80s. Our daughter will not know the rights for the amount of time that my mother-in-law knew these rights, which is the right that should be well settled, that a woman should have to make decisions about her own body. And when we think about it, everyone has something at risk on this. First of all, if you are a parent of sons, do think about what this means for the life of your son.
I think it's also pretty funny that she is just so incredibly uncharismatic. Like, she is literally a charisma black hole. I don't know what happens to women in the Democratic Party, and men too, obviously. But it's just Democratic Party politicians in general, actually, not just women, but like, fuck me, dude. At least Marjorie Taylor Greene and like Lauren Boebert are like psychopaths, but they keep you guessing. They keep you interested. Meanwhile, she's just so awful. Every part of this is just bad.
And what that will mean in terms of the choices he will have. Do think about it in the context of the fact that they wrote this decision, including concurring opinions, that suggests that other rights, such as the freedom to make decisions about when you were going to start a family, the freedom and the right to make decisions about contraception, IUDs, what this is going to mean in terms of in vitro fertilization.
Well, let me ask you about that, because
Yeah.
Justice Thomas, this is what you're referring to, did
Right.
write a concurring opinion saying the court should reconsider other cases of precedent that protect same-sex marriage, contraception, intimacy,
Right.
and more. Do you think that the Supreme Court is on a path to reverse those as well?
I definitely believe this is not over. I do. I think he just said the quiet part out loud. And I think that is why we all must really understand the significance of what just happened. This is profound. And the way that this decision has come down has been so driven, I think, by the politics of the issue versus what should be the values that we place on freedom and liberty in our country, right? The right to privacy. Let's think of this in the context of the laws that are being passed in states. Dana, in 13 states, by my count, they will not allow a woman to have access to reproductive health and to an abortion if she is the victim of rape or incest. So let me tell you something. As a former prosecutor who specialized in crimes of violence against women and girls, in particular child sexual assault and rape, the idea that after a woman has endured such violence to her body, that she would not have the freedom and authority to decide whether she wanted to continue with a pregnancy that is a result of an act of violence is absolutely unthinkable.
After all said and done, what are you going to do about
Because
it?
you are now the Vice President of the United States, part of an administration that is pledging to fight back to find ways to protect women's rights to abortion. I want to ask you some of the things that are kind of out there that some of your former female senators, Senate colleagues, are asking the administration to do. Will the administration actively challenge state laws that make it a crime for someone to help a woman travel to another state for an abortion?
So the president, right?
Those are gimmies, bro. Those are gimmies. Fuck that. No. No, the media is 100%. When a member of the media asks that question, understand that that is not the main problem here, okay? That is already within the purview of the federal government. How are you going to expand and utilize pre-existing precedent to currently defend people that are under attack in their states that do not have access to fucking travel? That's the real question. That is a fucking softball question. Is the federal government going to regulate interstate commerce again? No shit. Yeah, of course. That's not the main issue right now.
Last week, when the decision came down, indicated quite unambiguously that we will do everything within our power as an administration through the executive branch to ensure that women have access to the medication they need, which has been, by the way, FDA approved, and that they will have freedom of travel and that travel should be unrestricted.
And you're going to do that through the courts if need be?
I am sure that our Department of Justice is going to do that based on every statement that the Attorney General has made.
Can the administration expand abortion access or abortion services on federal land? Meaning provide the access on federal land that might...
Let's go. Now we're asking some real questions. Let's see what she has to say.
...be in and around states that ban abortion?
I think that what is most important right now is that we ensure that the restrictions that the states are trying to put up that would prohibit a woman from exercising what we still maintain is her right, that we do everything we can to empower women to not only seek but to receive the care where it is available.
Dog, that's the question. You can't repeat the fucking question with it. That's what she's asking, Kamala. She's saying, how will you protect a woman's right to choose? Here is one of the ways that you could expand the federal powers, or extend the federal powers rather, into states where abortion is criminalized and completely sidestep state legislatures. Will you do this? She's like, well, you know, that's what's most important. We know it's important. You said it like 8 times, dumbass. Explain. Will you take this step or not?
Available.
Is federal land one of those options?
I mean, it's not right now what we are discussing, but
Why not? Why not? Dude, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Why? Why should anyone ever vote for you ever again? What are you discussing, dude? Just sitting around being fucking useless, watching CNN? Sick.
I will say that when I think about what is happening in terms of the states, we have to also recognize, Dana, that we are 130 odd days away from an election, which is going to...
Fuck you, dude. I hope you fucking lose. I hope every fucking Democrat loses their seats, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit, we're 130 days away from an election? Are you fucking psychotic? Are you fucking insane? What a fucking insane answer, dude. Are you out of your fucking mind? And by the way, the I hope doesn't even matter because the red wave is incoming regardless. You want to know why the red wave is incoming? Because of this shit. Oh, we're 130 days away from an election. Oh, man, we can't do anything like that's too politically scary. And guess what? Guess what, motherfuckers? You know the think pieces for all my article heads. For all my article heads out there, you know the think pieces are being written right now. Oh, wow. The Republican bargain actually blew up in their face. Look at this underperforming Democratic congressional seat that all of a sudden turned into an overperforming Democratic congressional seat because, you know, there was a fucking 8-point swing or something. And then they're going to chalk that up as a dub. And that's how they're going to justify their inaction in this process. That's it. And the Democrats are still going to lose, but they're not going to lose by the same fucking wide margins that they were going to lose in. And the articles are going to start coming in being like, the Democrats don't have to do anything in this process, and the people are still rewarding them when they're not rewarding them. Holy fuck. Where's Libstini? I know he says something. It wouldn't matter. Anyway, the court just allowed the states to have concurrent jurisdiction on land under federal control. It's all pointless. She's useless. Concurrent jurisdiction on land under federal control. Bro, utilize the VA. Utilize the VA. Utilize the VA. Utilize the VA to sidestep. The DOD already came out and said, there's a VA hospital in every fucking state. The motherfucking Department of Defense came out and said, we're going to keep giving people abortions in our facilities. That's number one. Number two, you're misunderstanding, or rather misrepresenting the federal jurisdiction over native territory, I think. That's what you're talking about, right? If I'm not mistaken. Faustini, you are currently talking about the federal jurisdiction over native territory. So that's actually more federal regulation, more federal control over lands that do not belong to the American government. So you're wrong. The U.S. Supreme Court has expanded state power over Native American tribes. They'll just extend it. Oh, so they didn't do that. So you're saying they should, or they could. Doesn't matter. Let them do it then. Let them do it. What are they going to do, dude? What the fuck are they going to do? There needs to be a point where, or just skip all that and send troops into the red states. Yeah, but like you should. Yes.
Include Senate races, right? Part of the issue here is that the court has acted, now Congress needs to act. But if you count the votes, don't appear to have the votes in the Senate. Well, there's an election happening in 130 odd days. I'm taking, for example, thinking of a Senate race in Georgia or North Carolina. There's the Senate race coming up just in a couple weeks in Colorado. And we need to change the balance and have pro-choice legislators who have the power to make decisions about whether this constitutional right will be in law, right? We say codified, put it in law so that there will be no ambiguity about it.
And I want to ask you about that in 1 second.
Okay.
Just a couple of more questions, because what I'm hearing, and you probably are too, is what can this Democratic administration do right now with any executive power that the president has?
Yeah.
Can the administration actually increase access
She's outright saying that she doesn't want to do anything about abortion because she needs the Roe v. Wade to campaign. I mean, the charitable understanding of that is saying we just don't have any power. Without a filibuster-proof majority, we don't have any power. And no, we will not expand on federal powers or federal controls in an effort to protect a woman's right to choose at this very moment because there's an election coming up. Even in the most charitable perspective, she's just throwing her hands up in the air and saying, there's nothing I can do.